Welcome back to Frida's Recipes. Today we're making tomato soup. For this recipe, you're going to need 6 vine tomatoes cut in half. You can also use Italian or Roma tomatoes. They are covered in a tablespoon of thyme, a tablespoon of oregano, a tablespoon of basil, and parsley as well. And the tops of the garlic are cut off, and then 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar and 2 tablespoons of olive oil to just cover it all on top. And then you're going to put it in the oven to bake or roast for about an hour. And after an hour, this is how it looks. Don't worry, the tops are not burned, it's just caramelized a little bit. It's going to bring a lot of flavor. You're going to take all of that and squeeze all the cloves out of the garlic and put it into a blender and blend. So heat up some olive oil in a pan or a saucepan or pot and add 1 medium-sized onion, white onion, sliced like this. Actually, you should probably dice it into small, tiny cubes, but I don't know why I went with these slices. It's just how it happened today. Anyways, so saute these onions until they're about golden brown. You can see that color coming in. When that color is fully in there, then add the pureed tomato, roasted tomato that you just blended in your food processor. Mix this all up together and then let the tomato, the pureed tomato, come back to a really hot, bubbling, boiling point. When you start to see those little bubbles coming around over there in those little pockets, that's when you know it's hot enough to add the stock. At this point, I added 2 cups of vegetable stock. Now, you can add more or less depending on how creamy or how thick or thin you want your soup to be. I didn't want it too creamy or too thin. I didn't want it too thick or too thin, somewhere in between. So I decided to go with 2 cups of stock. And then I mixed it all up and then I let the stock come to a boil as well. At this point, you should probably cover the lid of the saucepan or pot and let it simmer for about 5 minutes to 10 minutes. You don't really have to let it cook for too long with the water in it just because you've already roasted the tomatoes, so it's already fully cooked. But just to bring the flavors and the stock and the tomato all together for about 5 minutes, let it simmer with the lid on. At this point, you have an option of adding one of 2 things. I decided to add some coconut milk here, about 1/4 cup. You can add half and half cream or some type of cream to this mix, to this soup, or you could just not add anything at all and leave it thin. It's totally up to you. Then bring it all to a mix. Just mix it all up, add some salt and pepper to taste, and then serve. Hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please make sure to click like and subscribe to this channel. Thank you.